Hello, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Becky Dixon, and I am a Reiki practitioner in London, Ontario. And tonight I have an offering of Reiki for centered around starting over and new beginnings and that sort of thing. So kind of my idea was focus the energy towards maybe you're starting over in your life, and maybe something in business, maybe in love, maybe friendships. There's all sorts of reasons why people start over. And this is just a video to support that journey and some offerings to also give you clarity and to maybe ease some of the stress while you're going through that transition. So quite often in our life we go through transitions and sometimes sometimes we struggle, sometimes they're a little bit easier than others, and for all sorts of reasons. So I know I've had to start over a few times in my life, and that is up with my career and things like that. So I always like to just give that up to the divine and trust that that I am on the right path and everything has led into where I'm supposed to be and where I'm at right now. So that can also work when you're looking at areas of love in your life. And right now we are coming on to Valentine's Day, and if you're watching this in the future, that this video can still resonate with you. This Reiki energy will still travel through time and space. But because it's Valentine's coming up, this is what I kind of thought it would be nice to do something for maybe those of us that have had to start over, and this holiday might not be maybe your favorite at the moment, but it's nice to know, and we're going to give you some ideas on how to be inspired and work through the stress of starting over. So I have some tuning forks here that I thought would resonate. So before I get started, what I'd like to do is actually just light a candle. Right. Just have a little tea light candle in this salt candle holder. All right. And I always like to, it's our intention, you know, for healing, to be inspired, to listen to our inner guidance, and to trust that we are on the right path and that we are going to find where we're meant to be and who we're meant to be with. And if that's being alone right now, maybe that's recentering ourselves at the moment, that's okay. So let's put that over here. And now I'd like to actually do a little bit of incense. It's actually another full moon tomorrow, and because there's that full moon energy out there, this one I thought would be appropriate. So this is the moon incense, and it's in a cone shape. So, but so I'd just like this one just to honor this Reiki session. Hi, sorry, I just had to get a new lighter. So we're just gonna let this burn a little bit. This incense smells so good. I don't burn a lot of incense in my home just because I share it with other people, right? So not everybody likes to smell smoke, but tonight nobody's home, so we can do this. just going to use the smoke to do some clearing of your energy field. And we're just going to bring in energy for clearing before we do some healing work. In this little dish and let that go while we have our session together. All right. So I'm just going to bring in Reiki energy to be with us here tonight. I'm just going to draw a couple symbols. I just ask that your spirit guides guide this energy to the areas that are needed for easing stress, for allowing sleep to come, for guidance, to align you with maybe people or places that you haven't thought of yet, that are going to be blessings in your life. People that can offer you ideas, love, opportunities that you haven't thought of, inspiration. Sometimes we need courage to start over. It's courage to meet new people, new opportunities. And sometimes we just need to focus on ourselves for a while. Okay, so I'd like to start with some tuning forks. And the first one I would like to start with is for the crown chakra. Okay, so we're going to ask the crown chakra to open up and give us the ideas and the thoughts and the intuition that we need, and also to release thoughts that we don't need, right? And I'd like to also add power of the third eye, just to also open us up to receive guidance, to receive visions, to look past our circumstances and open ourselves up and see what's on the other side, see what's coming. last tuning fork that I like to work with tonight is for your root chakra. So just to ground you and just to allow yourself to be ground down and focus on what the next steps are, instead of let's get out of our heads and let's get things moving, let's write things down, be a little bit more clear on what you want, what the next steps are. Even if that is spending time with yourself for now, the root chakra really works with helping us focus on anything that you are looking to focus on. Just gonna do a bit of clearing. So up over your head. Okay, so behind your head, just let's clear out our self-doubt, and let's clear any thoughts that aren't serving our highest good, right? It's not doing us favors to mull things over and to think of them over and over and over. So I get caught up doing that as well. You know, not being able to sleep at night, and you're thinking about something for the 1000th time, and what I find helpful is to keep a journal beside my bed and just write down what I'm thankful for, putting it out in the universe, all the things that have happened for me that have been awesome, the things that I love, the people that I love, the people that I'm grateful for, the opportunities that have come my way that I can't wait to continue to come. So writing things down, getting a clear, organized schedule for what are the next steps can help. And sometimes you don't know what that is, and you're looking for the answers somewhere else. And you know, it's deep in us. It's what we need. Who am I? What is going to serve my highest good? Our dreams are in there. They're locked in there. Sometimes we have to look back to when we were teenagers, before we had responsibilities. What were your dreams? Who you used to be, right? And were you this carefree person? Were you somebody that struggled? Why? What happened? Imagine your dream life. What would it be? Even if it's something that you have to do as a hobby for now. Putting it out in the universe, writing it down. It's just gonna come your way. It really will, the more energy you put towards it, right? It's all about courage. Having courage to just jump in and be yourself and be the person that you were meant to be, and therefore you will attract, right? Attract that what you deserve, what you have been dreaming of. So I have some crystals here. The first one I'd like to show you is this piece of Poplite, and it's mixed with some chalcedony as well. So I find this quite helpful, and I leave this in my treatment room because I do find it helpful for guidance, for intuition. So when I'm working with a client, like, I do find this quite helpful to leave in here for just guiding myself to where I need to work on with somebody. But this is quite appropriate as well for directing our energies. So there's some really awesome points, but there's one really large one. So this will, a Poplite is really good for working with other stones to actually supercharge them and create an even higher frequency. So if you were to put, like, say, a piece of moonstone or something to work with the poplite with that intention, they would work really well together and amplify their energies. So I really enjoy this piece, and I really like the fact that it was in the shape of a heart. You can kind of tell, just for symbolism. And anyways, so a poplite is really good for inner guidance, to soothe anxiety and stress, and to boost other stones. Okay. So the next stone that I'd like to share is labradorite. Labradorite is really awesome. It's so cool. So they say this is like having the northern lights stuck in the rocks at Labrador, Canada. And it does really look that way to me. Labradorite is really great for also intuition. So I carry this around with me before a client would show up to my house. I kind of work with it. I ask it to just guide me. So while I walk around my house and I just concentrate on the person before they come, I carry labradorite as like, with my intention of, like, I'm looking for guidance. Please, guide me or give me the inner wisdom to help them the best in their best interest. It's really good for serendipity, meeting or doing things that were unexpected but meant to be. It's really good for just magical experiences, right, and intuition. The next crystal I wanted to share was called Crystal Praise, which I love this stone so much. Just the color is just beautiful to me, and it's very good at attracting abundance and focusing on the truth of the matter. So if you're going through a time when you're, maybe you're going through a transition of maybe a friend transition or a love transition, Crystal Praise is really good for that attraction to attracting new relationships. I find this quite helpful. And then I wanted to also mention this piece of raw moonstone. It's really cool. So this is like a rough cut moonstone. Okay. So this is has a very strong properties in it. So moonstone's quite powerful. It's really helpful for new beginnings, inner growth, strength, and it also is really great at soothing stress. And it also helps stabilize emotions. And it also promotes inspiration, success, and good fortune in love and in business. So Moonstone is probably the most appropriate stone for the video today. I quite oftentimes wear Moonstone jewelry for guided intuition, and I just love the fact that it also helps soothe stress and anxiety. So it's an overall amazing stone to work with. And just quickly, I just wanted to also mention citrine. Citrine, if it's something that you are struggling with, or if you are in transition in business, citrine is really good for luck. It's called the merchant stone, so it's really good for attracting wealth, motivation. It's really good for self-expression. It helps revitalize the mind and releases negativity. So I keep this one in our most used rooms in our houses. Alright, so I'm actually going to use this piece of selenite. I always like to use selenite when I'm doing Reiki because it helps clear all energies. It also helps me pick up an area that someone needs help and attention towards. So I'm just going to keep this up towards the head. And I'm just going to circle over the head. So we're just clearing any self-doubt, any negative talk. We're in a transition. It's going to be over. At some point, you will get over the transition. That's why it's called transition, right? It's like we're going from old to something new. So the perspective of looking at this as an exciting time, a time that you can use to grow and attract a better situation. Right. Just going to circle this around your throat. I'm just going to, because sometimes we get caught up in our throat chakra, not being able to speak our truth, insecurity. Sometimes we're going through transitions. It can really leave us insecure and give us that self-doubt. I just realized I was wearing my Moonstone ring after talking about Moonstone. I quite often pick my jewelry depending on the day or situation of what's going on. So I'll just show you what else I'm wearing here. So this one is just some rose quartz for self-love and just love in general. And this one is little piece of, what is it, amethyst, and my earrings are little pieces of amethyst as well. Anybody else wear crystals every day? If not for the beauty of it, they have beautiful healing properties or any sort of what you're trying to attract. So going to release anything that's going on in your sacral, in your solar plexus, because a lot of times when we're going through transitions, we hold a lot of our stress, especially our solar plexus, which is where your adrenals are. So then we don't digest our foods properly, and then our gut doesn't work the way we want it to, and then our mind starts to become fatigued, and it becomes a circle. And so it's really good if we can breathe and release that stress. We're just going to release that. So when I do these videos, it's not exactly the way I would do an appointment. Normally you'd be sitting on, laying on a bed and there's music playing, but for the videos I find it quite helpful to keep things moving a little bit differently. So this is just a piece of sweetgrass, a braided piece, and I'm just clearing anything that will go down your body. So now I'm just going to bring up the energies, just give you all the love and pure energy surrounding you so that you can go forward with positivity. Down your back. Okay, so you're going to make a shield of exuding confidence and drive, intelligence, intuition, inner guidance. Yeah. Yes. Bring it up. Bring it up from the ground, bring it up from the roots of the ground and up. Just give you all the energy that you'll need going forward. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone who has watched my videos. I very much appreciate it. I appreciate the little group of people that have subscribed. As this little channel starts, and hopefully we can expand and keep things moving. So I appreciate every like and every subscription and comment, because I am just getting started with this. And if you are ever in the London, Ontario area and you're looking for a session, Reiki or reflexology, my information will be down below. And yeah, so have a great night. I wish you all the best. Sending you all the love and peace. Namaste.